Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews. I'm owner and creator of Andrewsfootball.com. Now last week ended up going 1-2, making my record 22-20 for the year. But you know what good teams do? They get hot late in the year. They get hot in December. So I'm going to go from 22-20 to over 60%, which is my goal. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this hot December to you so you can go ahead and take full advantage of me just getting red hot at the right time. Now before I go any further, I'm going to give a special shout out to my buddy Dan. You know what? I was wrong. One of the big things about Andrewsfootball.com is when I make a mistake, I go ahead and own up to it. A lot of other sites will just kind of gloss over it, only brag about their predictions when they're right. That's not something Andrewsfootball.com does. Not only was it good because he did go ahead and watch the video, he still hasn't subscribed. By the way, Dan, if you're watching, bam! Hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, get on board, become one of the greatest people on earth, become a subscriber to Andrews Football. But he did watch it, he shared the video, and he did do a little trash talking, which, by the way, when I make a prediction I'm wrong, please talk some trash. Leave the comments in the comments section. That's what it's there for. I also wanted to let you know that this is a public service announcement. I'm not, or never have been, big on flu shots, but I caught a nasty flu. I was going to have a couple videos, wanted to talk about college football, wasn't able to do so, but I strongly suggest if you haven't got a flu shot, go ahead and get one, because I got a nasty flu virus this last week. I'm still recovering from it, so you do not want to get this. So just be warned and go ahead and get your flu shots. Now with college football, I was going to talk about it in one of my videos. Instead, I was dying from the flu. But they nailed it. The 4 teams that are in should be in. You're seeing a great game. Clemson versus Alabama will take on the winner of Georgia, Oklahoma. You got the right 4 teams in there. I think anybody would really... No team can say that they belong in there besides those 4. So good job by the college football committee to go ahead and get this right. Now, I got 4 games this week that I like, and I'm going to let you know, Thursday nights I have been ice cold. I might as well be living in Antarctica, but I'm getting hot. I may not even pick another wrong game on Thursday night, because I'm going to start getting hot starting this week with one of my favorite all-time rivalries, and that's the New Orleans Saints are going to travel to Atlanta. This is a very underrated rivalry as far as sports rivalries go. This game's going to be really great because you got Drew Brees, who... It's actually funny, I was talking to a friend of mine, I said, why don't more people consider Drew Brees the greatest quarterback who ever lived? He's like, oh no, he's not the greatest quarterback. And the answer is, why not? Why isn't Drew Brees considered the greatest quarterback of all time by more people? I mean, here's a guy who's going to own almost every passing record when everything's said and done. When he won a Super Bowl, nobody thought that was possible. You might as well win a Super Bowl in Cleveland. And he won it right after that hurricane. I mean, how much clutch can you get than having a city destroyed, and he wins a Super Bowl there? I mean, the first year they were, what, 3-13? Then he comes back and wins a Super Bowl, and he had to do it against 2 Hall of Famer quarterbacks. He had to do it against Brett Favre in the championship game. They were a massive underdog in that game. Then they had to go against Peyton Manning. I think they were a 2-touchdown underdog. It's really funny because I think Drew Brees may be the most underrated player in the history of the National Football League, and he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So enough about my love affair with Drew Brees. I really like the Saints in this game. Now, I don't have my special effects here, and I apologize. My film editing crew is having some problems with the editing software, so bear with me here. You're just going to get the Vegas backdrop. You're not going to get my awesome graphics here. Now, the over-under is 53.5, but hold your jets on picking over on this one here. What makes this game interesting, and the reason why I'm picking the Saints, is that both these defenses are playing much better than they are last year, especially the Saints. They went from having a terrible defense to a really good one. And the Atlanta Falcons, while they held the Vikings to 14 points, they did lose the game. Trust me, the Atlanta Falcons don't want to play anybody 14-9. Where the Atlanta Falcons don't want to play a 14-9 game The Vikings love 14-9. So they went ahead and played right into the type of game that they want to play. This wasn't really a tribute to the Atlanta Falcons defense. So I would hold your Jets on the over, but definitely take the Saints. I like their quarterback better, even though Matt Ryan's looks like, as of right now, he looks like he's definitely on the path to being a future Hall of Famer, just like Drew Brees. Which one do I like better? I like Brees. The numbers may go towards Matt Ryan, but trust me, Brees is a better quarterback. But it's the Saints' defense that's going to make the difference. So I give them 1.5. Now, this next game's a little interesting because if you have been watching Andrewsfootball.com, I use the Caesars app on my phone. However, they only do the money line on Thursday night. They don't do the money line on any other games except for Thursday night, so I went ahead and logged into my Westgate app and I checked out the money line, which is important because the money line for this next game is what I would bet on. Seattle's a 3-point underdog traveling to Jacksonville. The money line's 130. Excuse me here. Now, the way this works is that if you make a $100 wager on Seattle to win, you will win $130. So I would definitely, here's how I would bet this game. If you're going to wager $100, I would do 50-50. Take 50 and 3 points, and I would take 50 and take the money line. I think you're going to win both. But, you know, take advantage of the 3 points. But I think Seattle wins this game. I know what you're going to say. Dan, you got a West Coast team traveling to the East Coast. What gives? Well, here's the reason why I like Seattle. You got a battle-tested playoff team versus a Blake Bortles-led Jacksonville team that has no idea what to do in the playoffs. This is a team that I don't even know if anybody on this roster was on the Jacksonville Jaguars the last time they won a playoff game. So you got a team that really doesn't know what they're doing versus a team full of veterans that thrive in this type of situation. And one other thing is that Seattle, what they're going to do is they're going to basically play base defense in order to stop the run, and they'll be successful at it because what they want to do is pressure Bortles to win the game. And that's what it's going to come down to, who has the better quarterback, because both these defenses are really, really good. You got Russell Wilson or you got Blake Bortles. I think that pretty much answers the question for you. I'm not sure if it's going to be a high-scoring game or a low-scoring game. I know Jacksonville's defense has been playing lights out, but this is a different type of beast. You're going against a playoff team. You're not going against Colts this week. So I really like Seattle to win this game. The next game I got is again, I'm picking Minnesota to go ahead and cover. And the reason why is that they're a 2.5-point favorite traveling to Carolina. And I think they match up really good against Cam Newton because Cam Newton really has problems with teams that have very athletic front sevens because he's not going to be able to run all over the field. He's not going to be able to improvise. This defense that Minnesota has may be the best defense in the National Football League because they're athletic. They have an athletic secondary. They have maybe the best linebackers in football. They have a great defensive line. And that's going to create a lot of problems. Now, here's how Carolina can win this game. Either Christian McCaffrey or Curtis Samuel will need to have 10 catches. Because the only way you want to win this game is to isolate either one of those. I'm going to call them running backs. I know Samuel's listed as a receiver and McCaffrey's a running back. They're really both running back receiver combos. They really don't have positions entitled to them. They're basically players that they're using in different types of scenarios. A real credit to Mike Shula. He's done a fantastic job with that offense, retooling that offense. But basically what you're going to do is if you can get these two players isolated on either one of their linebackers and take advantage of that so that one of those players has 10 receptions or more, and 10's a big number, then I think Carolina wins this game. I think Minnesota will be prepared for that. So I would strongly suggest go ahead and take Minnesota. The 2.5, they'll cover that. I expect a low-scoring game, probably something to the tune of 21-10, and I think they're going to win by a significant margin. Now, last but definitely not least is Philadelphia traveling to Los Angeles as a 2-point underdog. Now, in this game, I would definitely take the money line. You get 110. So basically, A plus 110 money line means that if you make a $100 wager on the Philadelphia Eagles to win, you will win 110. I don't like this line at all because it really should be closer to a pick 'em, maybe 1 point. And I have a feeling this line will drop down. The reason why the line is at 2 is not due to the loss, because of the traffic that you get from Los Angeles people traveling to Las Vegas. The second time I went to Vegas just a few weeks ago, I played 3-card poker with a girl from Los Angeles who owned her own nail salon. That's an interesting story. Definitely not for Andrewsfootball.com. But basically, you got a lot of people from Los Angeles coming in that will bet on the Rams because it's their team. So you're going to see point spreads from the Rams that are a little inaccurate. And the reason why is that you get action from the teams will determine whether point spreads go up or down. And that's something that I'll probably touch into a later point in time, is what affects the point spreads and how they're created and all of that. But this game really should be closer to a pick-em. I love the Eagles in this one. Basically, this is going to be a really fun game between Carson Wentz and Jared Goff. The Eagles have the better defense. I think the overall better team. So I think it's going to be a very fun game, but definitely do pick the Eagles to go ahead and win this game. Now, if you haven't already, there's a little subscribe button below the video. BAM! Hit that button, become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. And also, if you are a subscriber, thank you very much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. It means the world to me. And I'm going to try to do another 2 videos. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the remaining games, plus some information may change up if there are some differences in the lines that I want to go ahead and take advantage of. So until next time.